So I'm bumping across a field outside Birmingham to go to a meeting of a greyhound racing club, mainly Pakistanis who live in Birmingham. I have absolutely no idea what to expect, what they're going to be like, but this is how you go and find out, isn't it? The closest you can come, legally, to old-fashioned coursing in England nowadays is amateur greyhound racing. Mohammed Nasir is one of today's meeting's organisers.
Obviously, hare coursing in the UK is banned, so we can't use the hare. So what we do, we improvise with, as you've seen, the setup and everything like that, with the bunny, a squeaker, and it's the same. These are coursing dogs that we buy from Ireland every year, and they do exactly the same thing. Knockout competition, 8-dog stakes, and basically the winner progresses and the loser, unfortunately, goes out. We've whittled it down, I think, to 4 finals now, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8 dogs left, and you'll see them run in a final. And we've got trophies down there which have been laid out now.
Thanks to days like this, the UK can still take part in international coursing. They will be watching today's meeting all over the subcontinent.
Pakistan, India, it's live streamed. We've got a big audience there as well, to be honest with you. Some of them will go to Ireland, and in September, October time when the season starts there, they will go back. And some of them will go to Pakistan. I'd say it's a 50-50 split. 50% will go to Pakistan and 50% will end up in Ireland running again, and that's how it goes every year.
This dog we taken to Pakistan. We will do the live fair course in there, like the Ireland.
It's a big thing in Pakistan. You can't beat them over there. It's obviously, I don't know, people haven't been over there. They're saying bad things, but they shouldn't, because they're looking after their dogs there.
The dogs are at the heart of today, and the owners, who are also the trainers, take enormous care of their animals.
Dogs, people, because of the dogs, we're getting to meet the people. My dad and my uncle were big coursing fans, and we used to be members of all the coursing clubs in England. And I started going with my dad when I was 10. Since then, I've got the buzz. I'm 52 now. So 42 years on, I'm still doing it, and I love it.
It's not all Pakistani. With the hares taken out of it, it may not be hunting, but Ed Swales from Hunting Kind is enjoying the action today.
This is like the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, in a field near Birmingham. It's just as exciting for me. I love it, and seeing the dogs go and the owners and the whole crack of it is absolutely amazing. And how you could try to legislate to take what these people feel for this sport, let's call it, out of their lives. You're a million miles away. You're never ever going to take this off these people, ever.
They own trainers. They own them and train them. Training is done here. I mean, today you can see we're doing the race, and for the next 3 weeks what we do is trials. So every Sunday we'll gather like this again, but what we do is we trial the dogs. Same format, the dogs run, and basically they get fitter as they run. And that's how we train the dogs, and walking. So you've got people here from London, High Wycombe, Bradford today, and wherever they live, they always walk their dogs, look after their dogs, and then every Sunday they come down here and we do trials. It's exactly the same as coursing, to be honest with you. Aaron, as you know, is a coursing slipper, and he comes down. It gives us a sense of independence. We've got nothing to do with it. They know their job and they do it. 2 of the dogs go into the slips, one on one side, one on the other side, red and white collars around their necks. Aaron will put them in the slips, and then when he's ready, he'll give us a signal, we'll wave the flag, and they'll be away. First past the post, as you've seen the post down there, we have a judge and a cameraman. So the judge will make the decision. If it's a close one and he needs to refer to the cameraman, he'll have a look.
This is a kit-heavy sport. You need a lad on a moped to bring the lure back to the start. These guys use a car wheel to drag the lure at speed up the track. Here it is in action. The really technical part is the double slip lead that releases the dogs in that fabulous explosion of energy. Aaron Atmore was a slipper at the Waterloo Cup, last held in 2005.
This is an English set, a traditional English set, and you see we've got a yoke on this set, which is different to the park sets. The cord on my wrist goes down through what we call the barrel, the leather, comes all the way round and is attached to the end of the pin. The pin goes right to the bottom, and you can just probably see in the end there where the pin is moving. Then the arms come up, the pin's gone through the end of the arms that are attached to the collars. When the dogs are in the collars and they're pulling away, I let go of the the toggle, the cord pulls from my wrist, and that pulls, I do that, pulls on the end of there, and they're away. The main reason we've got the yoke on is in the open, I could be stood in the shy in the middle of a field and the hares could be being driven in. They could be 80 yards that way or 80 yards that way, and I've got to move out with the dogs. And this just keeps the shoulders apart. Whereas the traditional sort of park sets that you do see in Ireland, because we're in the park, they're coming right past you. So you're not having to move out. So nice big collars, so it goes onto the chest basically, so that the weight of the dog's pulling through the slips to make them smoother. And then again, it goes to a toggle, which is attached to my wrist. Down to here, you can see a split pin, and the split pin goes through the end of the collars there. So Ed's being a dog. In fact, he's been two dogs. And he's there. Now, the other thing is, when I put them in, the white collar always goes on the right of the slipper and the red collar on the left, and they will be on the card the same way. When the judge pulls when he's mounted, he should pull, if it's white collar, by the right hand and the left hand for the red. And that's so if he's stood right over in the field, you'd know if his left arm or right hand out which collar he's got, even if you couldn't actually see the colour. Yeah. So you're the dogs in there. They're pulling to go away. I've got hold of this. I feed the barrel out. As the barrel's coming away, I let go of the toggle. That pulls the cord and they're away. These are a Victorian set, and so are these, and they're just not available really now. So you inherit them if you're lucky. So there's me. I've got a fair few sets I've built over the years, and a few other people. And there's a fella called Padraig Reynolds who keeps buying them before I can get hold of them, and he must be a very rich man.
Coursing with long dogs has a proud history going back thousands of years. In the last 20 years of those millennia, coursing took a knock from the British government. While they are currently enshrining falconry for its intangible cultural heritage, MPs decided to ban coursing from 2005. As the government has discovered in its restrictions on hunting with hounds, banning dogs from behaving like dogs is a fruitless activity. Unbelievable to imagine now with its lurch away from the rural community, but just over 20 years ago, the BBC put out a promotional film about coursing as part of its Clarissa and the Countryman series. In this clip, Clarissa Dixon-Wright and Sir Johnny Scott meet one of the people here today.
They did a whole series and they covered all the field sports, but we did a session where we was at Birmingham, centre of Birmingham, in a restaurant. And they came down to see us especially. It was also a book. They actually did a book on there as well. And all my nephews that you see here, they were sat along the wall, my children, and they were sat there. And as Clarissa walked up to the house, my daughter, youngest daughter, she's pointing. She's only 2 years old. That's where they live. Memory, you know, when my daughter looks at that now, and that's the memories of that time. It was a fantastic era, it was. But Clarissa and John, you know, the character that you've got.
We always thought that it was part of English heritage. It was like, you know, it felt like that to me. Whether it was or not, I'm not sure. But I always thought back then it was just the norm, and it was so good. And we used to meet once every year. We used to get to see the same people. Obviously, as you can see, they're all Asian people now, but the English people have certain, because when the coursing finished, they sort of stopped doing it, unfortunately.
Here we are. There's culture. There's a bit of good crack, there's some coursing, there's some curry. I mean, how much more British could you be?
To find out more about amateur greyhound racing and the Irish and Pakistani coursing scene, contact Aaron Atmore via Facebook. Link below.
Hello.